I don't mind. I'm easy
You're
with
easy.
potatoes, yes.
What about you, Kevin?
I like mine served with more potatoes. Just potatoes with potatoes served by an Irish mummy. What about you?
I like it on the rocks with a dash of Coke in his house.
It seems it's not just our comfort food we get from potatoes these days, it's our Friday night tipple too.
On this farm in Herefordshire, all their potatoes are used to make their own vodka and gin. So why did farmer William Chase decide his spuds should be going into spirits rather than onto supermarket shelves?
We just couldn't make any money. When we were going to the supermarkets, we only wanted these, and then only the very pretty ones, which is probably 50% of these. We're constant pressure all the time, and now for the gin and the vodka we can use a lot.
Everything goes in, so actually it's a very efficient use of your potato crop.
It is, yeah, fantastic. The whole lot goes in. It takes 300 potatoes, so take all these potatoes just to make one bottle of gin.
300 potatoes?
It does.
That's almost like the length we're looking at here.
That's it.
So how is this actually done? Fresh from the fields, the potatoes are cleaned, peeled, and then they're mashed.
Mashed potato comes in here, injected with steam.
You're cooking it basically?
We're cooking it, exactly. And then once it's cooked, it sits in these tanks then for approximately 3 weeks, and that's where it's turning 10% of it into alcohol.
But are potatoes well suited to this? Do they have enough sugar to turn into alcohol?
Ideally, if you want to make a good cheap spirit, economically you use sugar beet or cereals, because it just makes it very bland, very simple. But if you want to make a fine spirit, it's our handicap. You have to have all these tanks and hundreds of tons of potatoes to make it.
So at this point, you've basically got alcoholic mashed potato.
Exactly. We just want to strip that 10% alcohol out of that potato. Reboiling it, and alcohol is lighter than water, so the alcohol rises to the top. That's where we take the alcohol, and the water falls down with the mashed potato that goes out to the cows and compost.
So at this point, we've got lots of alcohol. What do we do with it?
Yeah, we've got the raw alcohol, and this is where the magic really begins now, because this is where we polish it and turn it into the beautiful liquid we finish up with.
And the magic happens in this, the tallest copper column in Europe. Most vodka is distilled at least 3 times, but Williams goes through 50 distillations, turning from liquid to steam every time it hits one of the bubble plates. Just the finest alcohol is left, which is then diluted in spring water to bring it down to 40% volume. Then some of that vodka goes on to be made into gin.
Gin's a finishing touch really, because gin is basically flavoured vodka. We have a gin still here, and in the gin still we marinate our junipers, because officially a flavoured vodka to be called a gin has to have junipers in it. If you want to make a sweet gin, you add orange peel. If you want to make it dry, you take the oranges out and you add lemon, dried lemon peel. So playing with the botanicals finishes your gin, but it all comes back to that base product.
For your average gin, that base product is cereal grain, but for William, it's always his award-winning potato vodka.
So you start with about 300 of your potatoes. What do you have at the end?
We just finish up with this, potatoes and water called vodka.
Cheers. I'm really quite impressed with that. That is actually very smooth. That's very nice. Who'd have thought potato juice could taste so good? Cheers.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much for that, Joe. Now, Joe said it tastes very smooth and that, so should we try it out and see what we think?
Oh, I think it would be...
You've been looking forward to this.
It'd be foolish not to.
Are you happy to have a little...
Oh,
Smooth.
cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Potatoes, potatoes.
You're not.
This is all vodka.
Mother of moly. Mother of holy moly. Whoa, it's good.
It's smooth.
Okay, while Angelica gets her voice back. So Andy, you're in the middle of...
Sorry, what?
Apparently we're in the middle of a show. And you're in the middle of a tour. Tell us about a bit of change management.